Here at UCSB, I take a class called African American English, which is taught by Professor Charity Hudley. The class is unlike any other I have taken at UCSB, as it has taught me something I honestly had never learned before. The class focuses on African American English as an independent, unique, and complex language, and how it has been mislabeled as an altered version of standardized American English. When I say standardized English, I mean the English that is taught in schools, expected to be used in professional settings, and used in most forms of printed composition. The class explores the biases and inequalities presented in many different situations, depending on how a person speaks and how far they stray from the standard. The class discusses the education system and how children are taught and treated differently when learning standardized American English, especially if the language they use at home is different. This can not only present bias, but form a system of racism when certain dialects or vernaculars are discriminated against. If you are African American or a speaker of African American English, it is important for you to know that the language you use at home, with family, or with friends is considered its own unique and complex language. At school, you may have been discouraged from using the language you use at home because it was seen as different from the English they taught you was correct. What this class aims to teach you is that your dialect, no matter how far it strays from the standardized American English, is just as correct, complex, and valid, and you can succeed in any setting because of it. As for my research interests, I am extremely passionate about women's health and reproductive rights, which aligns with my plans to become a physician assistant specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. In high school, I volunteered at a hospital and witnessed patients being treated differently depending on their ability to speak standardized American English with the nurses. These patients were mostly Hispanic in my community, but I have no doubt that this takes place in communities with African American people. This class has opened my eyes and made me want to learn about the linguistic discrimination that happens to expectant mothers, STD patients, and other patients that visit hospitals and clinics for reproductive health reasons. I plan to use what I've learned about linguistic bias and the inequalities that exist within communication later on as a medical professional so that I can treat each patient equally and to the best of my ability. Some UCSB faculty that can help me learn more about this topic are Dr. Lori Oakes, a professor in the Feminist Studies Department that specializes in reproductive justice and politics, health, medicine, and science. Another is Sherry Barnes, a librarian who specializes in ethnic and gender studies and feminist studies. Some faculty from other UCs include Dr. Juliana Deerdorf, a professor at Cal Berkeley in the Maternal and Child Health Program, and Dr. Andrea LaCroix, a professor in the Department of Family Medicine and Public Health at UCSD. There are many off-campus organizations that would give me the exposure to what really happens between doctors and patients of different dialects. A couple of them are divisions of Santa Barbara Street Medicine. Doctors Without Walls here in Santa Barbara sets up free clinics in local parks for all to visit and seeks and assists the homeless with healthcare needs. Another is the Women's Free Homeless Clinic, which is similar to Doctors Without Walls, but focuses on women's health specifically and works to promote a safe environment for the homeless women of Santa Barbara. This class has taught me so much and has made me angry at times because it never fails to present the ugly truth about America and the many forces of inequality that exist within it. No matter your race, color, dialect, or background, this class will teach you new things about yourself every day and supply you with ways to make yourself a better person, student, and asset to your community. Thank you for watching.